In the summer of 1992, a village pond in Zhejiang finally answered a question it had been avoiding for generations. Around Longyou, these pools were treated as bottomless. People washed clothes there, fished there, handled daily chores there, and left the depth to folklore. Then Wu Anai pooled money with his neighbors, bought a pump, and decided to argue with the water. 17 days later, the pond gave up a staircase descending into stone. The place was Fenghuang Hill, about 3 kilometers north of Longyou County, on the north bank of the Zhejiang River, a low hill in argillaceous siltstone. Inside it, hidden under village ponds, was an underground project large enough that it should have left records. Instead, it left caverns. Academic surveys count at least 24. Tourism language later stretched that to 36. The first chambers exposed in 1992 were immense, hand-carved spaces more than 30 meters across and up to 18 meters high. The myth says Longyou is mysterious because there are no marks of human work. That part is nonsense. The walls carry regular chisel bands. The ceilings slope deliberately. Pillars were left in place and widened at the top. More ponds were drained. More chambers appeared. The stone was never mute. The silence was bureaucratic. Archaeology offered clues, not closure. In October 2001, workers clearing silt in cavern number 2 found fragments of 2 glazed clay pots, later identified as Western Han. A relief of a horse, a bird, and a fish on the north wall of cavern number 1 pushed at least part of the site into a broad ancient range. But that still does not explain why this complex was made, or how a project this large slipped so far out of written memory that it could survive as a pond. The engineering is where Longyou stops sounding like folklore and starts sounding like a vanished institution. Each complete cavern has a staircase carved from intact rock. The tread is broader than the rise, suggesting repeated movement. Drainage troughs run along the sidewalls. Water traps were cut into the floor. Some walls between neighboring caverns are thinner than a meter, yet the chambers were not accidentally breached. Structural researchers argued the builders cut inward at roughly 15 to 30 degrees, following the bedding, then expanded sideways to create arch-like spaces. In soft rock with shallow roof cover, that is planning. There is another detail that feels almost too neat. One study describes small holes in the pillars and walls that may have held firebrands for light during excavation. Yet the finished surfaces show no soot staining. If that reading is right, the builders illuminated a giant underground worksite and still left the visible stone clean. Then comes the irony. Longyou may have survived because it was underwater. Researchers studying seepage and chemistry argued that weakly acidic water interacting with weakly alkaline rock may have helped heal tiny cracks with new mineral deposits. Once the first 5 chambers were drained and opened, cracking, seepage, and collapse risk became urgent conservation problems. A materials paper was blunt. Surface water control should be implemented as soon as possible. Discovery did not just reveal the caves, it changed the conditions that had protected them. That leaves function, the one question everyone wants answered and no one can settle. Quarry, storage, tomb, palace, military refuge, ritual site, Taoist retreat. None of the theories has taken command. By December 10, 2022, the mystery had acquired a very modern afterlife. Longyou officials marked the 30th anniversary of the discovery in Xianbei village, launched a cultural gene decoding project, appointed protection ambassadors, and signed a cooperation letter of intent with the Discovery Channel. Longyou matters because it resists both easy disbelief and easy wonder. Compare it with the Huashan quarries, another Chinese underground complex often framed as mystery until skeptics pointed out the logic of room and pillar mining. Or with Bet-Guvrin and the Wieliczka salt mine, the standard foreign comparisons, both monumental and both marked by damage histories, Longyou somehow evaded. The walls still tell you it was built. The real mystery is who stopped writing it down. If you liked what you watched, please like and subscribe. We post interesting and crazy stories from throughout history every Wednesday and Saturday. Yesterday's craziness? Because yesterday was crazy too.